Good morning, everybody. A warm welcome to the IESA exhibition and seminar, the India Expo Shop. The Indian Exhibitions, Events and Conferences Services Association was born on a bright, sunny day in the month of December 2014. It has been on the anvil for a long time before any other association in the related field was formed, but it took a long time for the formation. Passion for the job that we are doing created this body. It became very clear to us in the service segment that to survive and to thrive, we needed to come together. First was survival. The job that we are doing is extremely stressful. We all know that. It has very tight timelines as much as events. Setups are mostly overnight and exhibition setups a tad better. We needed to de-stress ourselves. So one of the aims was de-stress ourselves and go forward. This rush to finish in available time creates a risk to health and also risk to human life. We needed to find ways of de-risking human lives. We needed to create safe working practices and also safe exhibitions and events. So that's one of the subjects here, how we make events and exhibitions safe. We need to agree on a set of rules to do it. But when we decide to agree on terms to do it, we realize that there are no set rules to follow. This is something we knew for the last 5-6 years. There are no norms for approved rules for doing temporary setups in India. All the exhibitions, seminar, events, everything is temporary setup. And there is no rules. We faced it when we were making setups for dignitaries in government, like when Mr. Modi came for the last GES. CPWD insisted that there should be some certificate. So CPWD asked, what norm are you following? There is no norms for temporary construction was my answer, but we gave a certificate and CPWD approved it. So we realized that there has to be a rule. It cannot be over all the time that there is no rule, so it is agreed. This made us realize that we need to create these rules, get it approved as building codes for temporary structures and events, safe setups which will withstand certain climatic conditions, fire safety, and safe working codes. Even if we made all these rules, we needed skilled manpower to implement it. We have been facing this for a long time. We get engineers, trained manpower at the top of the ladder, but we come to the last mile delivery. It is some carpenter, somebody who is doing it, and they are not skilled. A loose wire is all that makes to create a havoc, or a loose nut and bolt. So we set about making some rules which are self-censoring, because government is not saying how to do it. We thought that we will do a self-censorship and agree on certain rules. To start with, we made some progress in the last 1 year, because the association is only 1 year and few months. Agreed on creating codes and draft rules and regulations and safe practices. It is currently draft. We are completing it and circulating it to other members of the other associations like IE, IA, ICPB or EMA. We will send it to them because they should also agree on the things what we are saying. After that, we propose to give it to the Bureau of Indian Standards to be taken as the standards for temporary constructions in India. We do have that these small steps by a very small association. We are very small. We are just 80 member companies here, which probably represent 5,000 or 6,000 people. That's a small association. We do hope that the small steps by a small association will result in giant steps for the industry. This is our hope, that it will make a paradigm shift in the way we are working. We also needed favorable taxation laws and labor laws. Multiple taxation, we don't understand it, which is service tax, VAT, sales tax, WCT, octroi, cesses, entry permit, this permit. We are many times at loss We consult chartered accountants and other people. They are also not able to completely define what this tax means, whether this chair is taxable as WCT, is it a service tax, or is it something else. We are at loss, they are at loss, so we always end up doing some mistakes and, very hard to follow all these things. We needed a body to represent the government. These common goals prompted all major service providers to come together as ISA. There are many segments to this exhibition industry. It's a very loose term. Exhibition, conferences, events. Where does exhibition starts? Where does event end? Wedding is an event. Should we consider wedding as a part of the turnover that when we talk about the turnover the business is creating? Should we talk about wedding? It's very difficult to gauge all those things. So it's a loose term when we talk about exhibitions and events. Where all this ends, where all this begins is very loose. There are exhibition organizers represented under IEAA. There are PCOs, professional conference organizations, working under ICPB. There are event managers working with EMA, logistic providers. Internationally, they work with IELA, food, catering, wedding designers, printers. The list is long. The objective of ISA is to work along with all the stakeholders in furthering common interest. Exhibitions and events is something which was alien to the past governments. So much so that they chose to call us mandap decorators. So George may not understand the meaning of mandap decorators, but everybody else here knows what is mandap decorator. And that's how we are classified in service tax rules. Fortunately for us and the industry as a whole, we have a Prime Minister who understands the importance of exhibition in spurring the growth. Vibrant Gujarat is a property created by Sri Modi ji. One smash hit of an event, attended by so many prime ministers and presidents. Our company had the opportunity to do a seminar in one of these years. Inauguration sees 10,000 people attending the conference, and totally the conference attendance is 20,000 to 30,000, a property created by our Prime Minister in Gujarat. He also coined the phrase "Make in India," and we believe in that. We believe that given some small little push, India can become the hub for exhibitions in Asia. It is not only services should be exported. We can invite foreign exchange by bringing exhibitions here, being the place for seminars and conference. Unfortunately, all the infrastructure does not exist here. There is no facility for a large conference other than Begin Bhavan. Some states are making some initiative. In Patna, they are building a seminar hall for 10,000 or 20,000 people. But otherwise, if you want to do a large medical conference, you have to go to Los Angeles or somewhere else. There is no facility here. I think probably that's why IFA goes abroad many of the times. Mr. Sabas will say why he is going abroad so many times with all the pretty girls in tow. This business contributes euro 22 billion to the German economy. This is a statistics from 2014, 22 billion euros. In India, it currently stands at about 35,000 to 40,000 crores. While this figure signifies a direct impact in business, exhibitions and events has the power to be a multiplier by way of giving business to travel, hotels, tourism, many allied trades. There are about 300 organizers, recognized organizers of exhibitions in India, and we think that the service providers with a turnover of something like 5 to 10 crores must be about 800 across the country. Maybe it is more. Apart from the direct employment done by these companies, temporary labor also plays an important role in this business. A large exhibition like Auto Expo or Make in India see 5,000 to 10,000 people working in the same premises at one time. This business generates large amount of employment across the country, and that's not white collar. There is white collar. Some of the people sitting here, they are all employed by event and exhibition companies. But we employ a lot of blue collar. We give employment to skilled, we give employment for unskilled, and we make the unskilled become skilled over a period of time. So we need to work with skilling, generation of, training these people to take on further duties and come forward in their lives. With investment and favorable laws, we can make in India and also export our services. When we talk about export of services, I think the figures which came in the inauguration mostly represent export of from this IT sector. I think so. It's a pure export of service. You make something and send it over cyberspace somewhere else. When we talk of export of services in the service, our segment, it may be slightly different. It is not pure service. We do some manufacture, some service. It's a mix of various things. And whenever we have tried to do this as a company, we face problem with customs and all those things. So there are several roadblocks. I am sure that once the roadblocks are removed, we can actually become the hub of exhibitions in India, across the globe. Not Dubai, not Hong Kong, not Beijing or someplace. Given the infrastructure and the facilities, we can attract business and also we can export our services. With pleasure, I think I should get into my job and not this political speech here. With pleasure, I welcome our Chief Guest for the day, Srimati Jyoti Kaur, Deputy Director General, Services Export Promotion Council. This council works under the Ministry of Commerce and Industries. It has been there for the last 6 years and has done tremendous work in this field for the last several years. May I welcome Mr. Sabas Joseph, President of Event Entertainment Management Association, EMA. Mr. Sabas is one of the pioneers in event management, having created Wizcraft 3 decades ago. I think the statistics are correct. And to his credit, he has created brands like IFA. Everybody in India and probably 30% of the people across the globe knows IFA as a brand. It's a property which we are proud of. Mr. Sabas, well done. May I also welcome Director, CIA, Mr. Ranjit Jabbi. Ranjit has been instrumental in bringing India Expo Shop to GES, and we do hope that this association will continue and grow. Our original idea was to do India Expo Shop as a standalone exhibition somewhere else. And then Mr. Jabbi said, why are you doing it? We are doing the services exhibition supported by government, and why don't you come and join hands? We join hands, and we are very happy with the results. Thank you, Mr. Jabbi. I also extend a warm welcome to Mr. Amardeep Bahl, the other speakers who will be coming later. Amar is the head of Design Habit, who has been passionately involved in creating designs strongly rooted in Indian culture and traditions, yet they are contemporary. We have seen him spinning a yarn for a long time now, having created one of the best museums in the world. It's not one of the best museums in India, it's one of the best museums in the world. It's 450 kilometers away from here. Anybody who has not seen it and who wants to understand should go and see this marvelous creation by Amar. He had also designed the India Pearl in the World Expo, which happened in Nagoya, and I was fortunate to work with him in that project. Sports events can add a lot of value, just not in terms of economy, but also creating a mood for a healthy nation. Hearty welcome to Mr. George C. Blake. He is an avid parasailer. This is what I see in Facebook all the time. Having extensive experience in sports events and have been heading various editions of Volvo Ocean Race and Olympic Games and various games. He is also a lecturer at University of Exeter, UK, teaching sports. We do hope to learn a lot from George for the nascent sports industry in India. There are not much happening here right now. We all believe that exhibitions is no space science. One of the speakers, Mr. Rahul Pradhan, migrated from product and exhibition design to being a director, user experience design, aerospace, Honeywell Technologies Solutions. He has not come. He has assured me in half an hour he will be reaching here. He'll be coming down a bit from space to speak about new experience touchpoints to reach out to target audience in the exhibitions. Tighten your seatbelts and be ready for a space odyssey. A warm welcome to Rahul Pradhan. What is new media? This is one of the subjects which is going to be discussed here. It's a basket of various technologies for creating experiential spaces. Dr. Jignesh Kakkad, one of the pioneers and practitioners in this segment, he's also the head of new media from National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad, and he'll be speaking about this subject. Warm welcome to Dr. Jignesh. As conferences grow in size, we have got the unenviable task of creating temporary soundproof rooms and in acoustic treated rooms. As I said earlier, we don't have enough halls. So this particular hall or the next hall becomes a venue for a seminar many a times. Mr. Dilip Kumar Mattapalli is an expert in acoustic design, practicing for the last 3 decades. He will speak about designing internal and external acoustics in temporary architecture. May I welcome Mr. Dilip Kumar. We cannot wish safety away. It's a big subject now, having gone through some bad things in the event industry recently. Human lives are more important than anything else, and who better to talk about the subject than Mr. Sunil More, partner Fair Act. More Saab, as I call him, has been the director of IMA, Indian Electrical Manufacturers Association. This association has got some 32,000 members and has organized some of the largest exhibitions in India for more than 3 decades. After Auto Expo, Electroma used to be the number 2 exhibition in India. I think in the reckoning of the rank, it still holds number 2 position. Also, we have got Mr. Avishkar Tandle, MD Natural Training Solutions, who will speak about safety in constructions. Welcome, More Saab and Mr. Tandle. Towards the close of seminar is a panel discussion on future trends in design, communication and technology. Mr. P.R. Mehta, former President, Council of Architecture and Director of City Neon, DAG, will moderate this session. Participants are Mr. Sudeep Sarkar, Jochen Kolb, Mr. Ashish Gupta, Sanjay Soni, and Shibusi, all from the industry. We conclude the day by listening to our friends from the industry speaking on Industry Speaks. Mr. Sural Deva, Director Profiles, will be moderating the session. Mr. M.S. Vinod, Mr. Dara, Vipul Agarwal, Vinay Mittal, S.K. Bathad, Suraj Singh Namdhari, Jatinder Kapoor, Tarun Sardana from Sardana Arts Center will be participating in this session. When we conclude the seminar listening to the stalwarts from our own industry. While welcoming, I should also welcome Mr. Surinder Vasisht, Secretary of IESA. Without his hard work for the last 1.5 years, ISA nor this India Expo Shop would not have happened. Thank you, Mr. Vasisht, and welcome to this dais. Thank you all. We wish all participant delegates a day of knowledge. Thank you.